Get ready for a whirlwind of global headlines. First up, we're diving into Donald Trump's epic state visit to the UK, where King Charles delivered a message louder than any fanfare, all while Melania Trump stood by his side. Next, we'll break down the intense diplomatic dance between President Donald Trump and Prime Minister Keir Starmer, exploring the monumental investment deals and the lingering questions about global security, including the AUKUS pact. Then, we're dissecting the viral fashion moments from Melania Trump's striking ensembles and the powerful protests that define this historic trip, featuring thousands marching in London. Finally, we'll analyze Donald Trump's interactions with King Charles III as body language experts weigh in on the unspoken messages. Don't miss a second, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Ukraine's best hope, King Charles delivers a royal message. Ukraine's allies are pulling out all the stops to keep Donald Trump engaged, and this week, that effort extended to the highest levels of British royalty. In an unprecedented move, Donald Trump, accompanied by First Lady Melania Trump, was formally welcomed to Windsor Castle by King Charles III, marking the first time a U.S. president has received such a distinction during a second state visit. The royal reception was a spectacle of British pageantry, featuring grand banquets, honor escorts, and a ceremonial flypast, all designed to impress a president known to appreciate such displays. This elaborate welcome underscored the deep historical military cooperation between Britain and the United States. However, beneath the surface of pomp and ceremony, King Charles III delivered a pointed message, subtly but clearly signaling support for Ukraine and the AUKUS defense pact, a move that resonated far beyond the castle walls and into the heart of global political discourse. This royal intervention has sparked widespread discussion, with many seeing it as a crucial diplomatic maneuver. Analysts are closely watching how these messages, delivered amidst lavish state events, will influence ongoing international relations and future policy decisions, particularly concerning Ukraine and key defense alliances. But was it all just diplomacy, or was there a deeper power play at hand? Stay tuned as we unpack the subtle signals and body language that spoke volumes during this historic royal encounter. King Charles's royal diplomacy, a pointed message amidst grandeur. Donald Trump's state visit to Britain was billed as the biggest, best ever, and the royal family certainly delivered on the spectacle. Feted at Windsor Castle, Trump sat alongside King Charles III for a state banquet, a day filled with military honors, carriage rides, and effusive praise. The UK authorities ensured the event was described as the largest military ceremonial welcome in living memory, with over 120 horses and 1,300 military personnel participating. The heart of the visit, however, lay not just in the pageantry, but in the king's carefully crafted speech. After initial pleasantries about shared heritage, King Charles pivoted, stating, "Today, as tyranny once again threatens Europe, we and our allies stand together in support of Ukraine to deter aggression and secure peace." He further emphasized the AUKUS submarine partnership with Australia, calling it a benchmark for innovative and vital collaboration. This wasn't mere diplomatic nicety. It was a direct message to Trump, a subtle but firm reminder of international commitments amidst growing skepticism from some quarters, including within Trump's own political base. The remarks on Ukraine come at a critical juncture, with ongoing debates about U.S. aid and Trump's past interactions with Russian leadership. Similarly, the mention of AUKUS addresses anxieties about the future of the defense pact under a potential Trump presidency. The global political community is abuzz, analyzing whether this tiara diplomacy will translate into tangible policy shifts. While the king's words carried weight, the true impact lies in the follow-up. We'll next explore the hard diplomacy that unfolded as President Trump met with Prime Minister Keir Starmer, tackling everything from investment to international conflicts. U.S.-British bond, Trump's lavish banquet, and Starmer's diplomatic gauntlet. President Donald Trump hailed the U.S.-British relationship as priceless and eternal during a glittering state banquet at Windsor Castle, hosted by King Charles III and Queen Camilla. The extravagant feast brought together 160 distinguished guests, including royals, politicians, and business leaders, underscoring the significance of Trump's second state visit to the UK. The banquet was a showcase of the special relationship, with both Trump and the King delivering speeches that emphasized deep kinship and historical alliance. Trump described the two nations as two verses of the same poem, while the King spoke of their enduring bond. However, the visit quickly transitioned from royal pageantry to hard diplomacy. Trump was scheduled to meet with Prime Minister Keir Starmer at Chequers, the official country residence, for crucial talks on trade, investment, and foreign policy. A significant announcement was expected regarding a circumflex pound 150 BN, 205 BN U.S. investment package in the UK, focusing on technology, energy, and life sciences, including a circumflex pound 31 BN, 42 BN tech pact involving major companies like Microsoft and NVIDIA. The diplomatic agenda also included potentially sensitive topics. Questions were anticipated regarding their past associations with financier Jeffrey Epstein, a subject that has drawn scrutiny for both leaders. While Starmer aimed to highlight cooperation, the press conference presented a potential flashpoint. Additionally, the UK Treasury defended its efforts on US steel tariffs, noting a previous deal with Trump had averted higher levies. Prospects for further reductions, however, appeared slim during the visit. Meanwhile, news emerged that Australia's state broadcaster, the ABC, had its accreditation for the joint press conference withdrawn, citing logistical reasons after Trump reportedly clashed with one of their journalists. Beyond the high-stakes meetings and diplomatic discussions, the visit also generated buzz for entirely different reasons. We'll soon be diving into the unforgettable fashion moments and the vocal protests that accompanied President Trump's time in London. Body language breakdown: Trump, King Charles, and the art of royal greeting. During Donald Trump's historic second state visit to the UK, his interactions with King Charles III were closely scrutinized, not just for their political implications, but for the subtle cues in their body language. Expert analysis suggests that while Trump's characteristic gestures, like placing a hand on the king's arm, might sometimes signal dominance, in this context, it conveyed mutual respect and warmth. Body language expert Darren Stanton observed that the handshake between Trump and King Charles appeared balanced and equal, devoid of overt power plays. Stanton noted that King Charles seemed at ease, maintaining steady eye contact and showing no signs of discomfort, indicating a comfortable rapport. Melania Trump's posture was also highlighted as composed and supportive, creating a balanced triad with the two leaders, signifying inclusion and a unified front. This detailed analysis of their nonverbal communication offers a unique perspective on the dynamics of the meeting, suggesting a genuine level of comfort and respect between the U.S. president and the British monarch. The symmetry of their grouping further reinforced an impression of authenticity and harmonious interaction, adding another layer to the understanding of this high-profile diplomatic event. But while the body language spoke of harmony, the streets of London told a different story. We'll wrap up with a quick look at the vibrant protests and the standout fashion moments that also define this unforgettable visit. And that's a wrap on a whirlwind week of headlines. We saw King Charles III deliver a powerful message to Donald Trump during his UK state visit, witnessed the intense diplomatic talks between Trump and Prime Minister Keir Starmer, dissected the memorable fashion choices and significant protests surrounding the visit, and analyzed the subtle body language between Trump and the King. Don't miss out on any of the action. Hit that like button if you found this update valuable, subscribe to Shiny Now for more exclusive content, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a beat. Got thoughts on these stories? Drop a comment below and let us know your take. And for more behind-the-scenes action and updates, follow us on all our social media channels. We'll see you in the next one.